Hey, okay, hello, welcome, welcome. ENYELAH Tea reading. We are doing okay, let's get that shut. Okay. Sealed shut. Oh, that's really important. Sealed shut alignment. Oh, but look at this. It didn't actually align on this side, but it aligned on this side. Not this one. Interesting. Okay, well, that's how it turned out. So it looks like there's a few things that are aligned and some things that are not. So I've got my 4s and my 5s not aligned, and it looks like the 2s and 3s. Now we aligned everything. Okay. However, this is the way that it, yeah, that's the way things are. So it just takes one turn of something to get you in full alignment today. This is ENYELAH Tea 03. You can always find me at enyelah.com. Okay. My name is ENYELAH Brown and Taylor. Something about ones. I'm seeing 1, 1, and I only lit one candle. Ones are alignment, so that makes sense. I'm talking about alignment. Alignment. This one came first, I believe. I'm getting to do this. Okay. There's a sense of you have a limited amount of time. There's a set amount of time to make this shift. Because if you don't make this shift within this certain period of time, it's like you're not seen, you're not of value anymore, like you don't, yeah, it's a turn to the right, Okay, I need to do one more shuffling. Did I just turn on? Yeah, it's about checking that you had everything. Okay. I can feel it. That's gonna get me there. Yeah, I can feel it. Okay, so this message is the turn that you're gonna need to get to that spot. Okay. You need to look at your finances from a different perspective. It needs to be very black and white is what I'm getting. Your finances that you're getting. There is a sense of being the center of all of the eyes. This is the way that my hand is here. I'm just seeing all these eyes staring at you, and this crone essence. This is the Queen of Pentacles. But you need to look at things from a very different perspective, because that's upside down. When you look at the thing from this angle, you can see faces and you can see, there's so much characters. But when you look this way, You don't see faces. You just see energies. You just see eyes. You just see what's there. And when you do, you actually see where the deepest root of what is holding this entire Queen of Pentacles, which is the richest woman in the suits. And she's the one that understands currency, okay? She understands. She's the Queen of Flowers. She understands currency. So this is the tap root, the root. And what I'm getting is it's like the thing that holds everything together. It holds everything up. And it's at the root. But the thing is, when you see things upside down, you're seeing the eyes, and you're seeing everyone looking at you, and you're seeing all the levels of yourself. But this deepest root is actually the crown. It's what's holding everything together, but it's the deepest root. That is important. Okay, so this is the first of flowers. ENYELAH, I'm getting here because this is currency. She is currency herself. She has a card in the deck. If you go through the whole explanation of all of them, this is the beginning, but the beginning is the end. There's this essence of the end of something else, and this is the beginning, and you have to concentrate on the beginning. The textures, the feelings, the emotions, and how there's two lanterns, there's two fire here. What I'm really getting a completely different definition. This is why I waited to do the suits definition till a different day. The two of fire I'm getting is this tandem. Is like two flames that are flickering together. And they're both separate from each other, and they're flickering together. And this is important for your beginning of this first of flowers. Yeah, these two flowers in these two separate containers. So, no, this side first. So, you have to get rid of temptation. That's what this is. This is the death of temptation. The temptation is allowing others' projections to blind you from love, what love really is. It's actually a lot more structured and a lot more valuable to you. And that's why in ENYELAH system, we just haven't had love. There's no been any love. But you're missing, there's a piece that is missing. Love in itself is not what the world has shown us and all of our memories and the things that have been projected on us. It's a very systematic, evolutionary energy that's coming through. And interesting that keeps flashing through my mind is I have somewhere to go. I have somewhere to be. And that's the distraction that's stopping you from actually killing off, getting rid of this this blinding of what your beliefs on what love is. You've seen love as this temptation and love as this thing that comes in and destroys. And so it's gotta go. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. You've got to put more systematic approach to it, because this is the two of flowers. So we're getting lots of twos, ones and twos here. And okay, so the two, but I'm getting really much in like ENYELAH system. I have created a form for the new generation of marriage, which is 2 ones. This is what's really coming forward here. It says in this one, the 2 different flames that are working in tandem. They're flickering at the same rate, which is creating its own vibration. And then this right here is 2 different flowers, one that's rooted in the darkness and shines its light, and one that's rooted in the light and shines its darkness. I'm really getting this image of like myself, very rooted in the dark, which shows up as this very light, like very at the front, the star of the show. And then there's the one that has an element in understanding. So you see it's like this again, like the yin and yang elements, where there's pieces that they understand of each other. So this person is only a very small amount in the light, and mostly they're seen as a very dark person, very maybe depressive or something of the sort, but they're rooted in the light, like they understand themselves because of the physical light world that we live in. And then the 2 of umbrellas, and you see how they're facing each other. It's this element of the person, and I'm seeing this 100%. This person, because they're rooted in the light, their umbrella is upside down. Ah, yes. So they collect emotions. Everywhere they go, they collect emotions, very emotionally, like they're just to collect emotions, because their umbrella is upside down, because the emotion is the water, right? So the 2 of umbrellas, 2 of cups, 2 of water. So this is, but the thing is, the person that is rooted in the dark, now their umbrella is upside down to that, which is the correct side up. So any of the emotions that come, it goes on. Wow, there's like this pull. I can feel it. There's this person pulling, and it's just not possible, because here's the thing: the person rooted in the darkness and shines through the light. What happens is their umbrella is different, because now all of the emotions and everything just go onto the top of the umbrella and off, and very little can ever catch this when they're close together. But if these 2 umbrellas are far apart, like one's way over here, wow, this wanted to go in and like light on fire. Because there's such a detesting going on between these 2 energies right now. I can sense there's this closeness, but there's this polarity. There's not an understanding between these 2. These 2 flickering lights are perfectly flickering exactly the same, in the fire, in the intensity of who they are. But when it comes to the emotion, this person's shielding the emotion, but because this person is so far away, they're literally shielding nothing. Because this person is trying to stay so far away from this person, that this person keeps filling up with all of this emotion. And they're upset, like there's this upsetness about how this person is shining and this person is in the dark. But the thing is, there's just this mirroring going on, like this really powerful, if you look at this 2 of water, it's so important that you look at what you understand love to be and just get rid of it, because other people's projections of what they've experienced, maybe what you've even experienced in the past, it's blinding you from being able to get close to this other umbrella. So for this umbrella, it gives them great joy to shelter this umbrella from filling up with water all the time. Because You can only be rooted in one side. You can't be rooted in both sides. You're either rooted in the darkness and you show up as the bright light, or you're rooted in the light and you show up as the darkness. It is just the way that everything works. Oh wow, there's so much emotion going on here. Oh wow, okay. This is the Five of Cups. And it's in the bottom position. So once again, something that just reminded me is, and I was saying about looking at it upside down, the roots, but this is how these cards work, is these two triangles. When the black one is at the top, that's talking about your roots. That's talking about what's going on underneath the darkness. It hasn't manifested yet. And so there's this element of this five of umbrellas, and it has to do with this disarray. You can see how all these umbrellas are, I'm seeing they're gathered over here, that there's this elements of trying to protect, but it's not doing the job that this 2 does. The 5 doesn't do as good of a job as the 2. And something that I'm really getting here as well is, 5 is the circle of people you surround yourself with. So you're trying to get stuff out of 5 people, and there's this disarray going on. It's this spiraling out of control, where when you have 2, there's this magnetism. These 2 flames it's just this beautiful thing, because you have this internal duality. So this is what shows up, is this beautiful, like, where here no matter how much you try and stand up, you can't stand up, because, and then this one's upside down, so it only shields it partially, because this one's also connected to this one, and this one, because these 2 are upside down, they're like the ones over here that are, rooted in the light. I'm really getting that's masculine in this specific, definitely. So you have these masculine energies that are upside down, and I'm getting that you're like this one, this masculine energy, and you want this female to shelter you, but she's also sheltering this other one, and he's trying to get close to you because she's sheltering you and he wants to be closer. So there's like this triangle effect, but it's not sheltering you properly. You see 2 just like fully protected, fully on top of things. Like, it's just like it matches perfectly. Perfect mirror. Everything on point. But then you come to this 5, and this is what's going on in the energy, because this is your roots. This is what's going on in the dark. So anytime you try and connect to this person, they're connected to somebody else. So this is where true monogamy is going to give you the greatest, because there's another umbrella over here. It's on its side again. And this one's even closed. Like, I think that I'm seeing this is another feminine that's closed off. She's not even in the upright. She is like sideways. She's just like not even about this. But she's here. Wow. I'm really getting it. This is like a mother figure. She's like, I don't need to do nothing. I'm just here. She's not even in the correct up and down. These are at least kind of off. This one's like completely sideways, like sideways. I'm getting sideways with this one too, like mentally just something to write, something to write, something to write. And it's just like, this person, I'm getting you're a masculine, in your masculine energy. So that means you're like holding certain things, and I'm getting that you are just having such a difficult time. You're struggling with this woman and this man and these two women. Like, nobody's doing what's supposed to be done to keep you okay. And, you know, you're slightly getting sheltered over here, but there's just no... It's just nothing is working. Your umbrella's filling up with water so much that you're leaking out the bottom, and there's like, and I'm getting the water here is financial. So yeah, this is definitely all about finances for sure. And so it's just like, you have to see that this 5 is not working. The people that you're keeping here don't have your best interest in mind. They're just there. But this... And this all has to come back to what you believe love is this temptation that just ruins you and blinds you and makes you, you know, this terrible person. And I think that probably how you've experienced love did. So that's why you have to get rid of it. Like, you have to kill that off. Death it out. That's not what it's about. It's more systematic, like I said. So that's the thing. You have to take the temptation and you put it into a system, and then you have this. So that really goes into my marriage of 2 ones, right? So when 2 people come together, it's not this stupid fuckery that everything comes together and everybody's all mingled together and nobody knows their place. It's like, this person's here, this person's here. This is my role. This is your role. And there's things that come in between, and that's the transaction. And that's the things that are required in order for you to be here. It's kind of like, if you want to step into a store, you have to have shoes and a shirt, and you have to have money to buy what you're going to buy. And if you don't show that you have a certain amount of credibility, then you literally can't walk into our back room. Like, if you don't go through, I don't know, it's like a credit check or a certain thing, like, you just don't get to be a part of this. I'm really getting, there's an exclusivity that needs to happen between these 2 individuals, and I'm getting definitely 100% 1 female, 1 male, 100% with this. Yeah. It's the compatibility. It's so one has greater access in one world and one has greater access in the other world. So this is coming into and sharing with so this is happening, and now we have the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands here, 5 of Fire, 5 of Lanterns. Oh, wow. There's no wind here. Everything is in perfect measure. It's just everything is in perfect alignment. And what I'm getting with this is, fire-wise, oh yeah, because this is the 5 and the 5. Yes, fire-wise, you're on point. Determination, high. Energy, high. Powerful, magical, high. Okay, so you got this. It's the same thing over here. These 2 are flickering perfectly. I was getting in the wind though. But this, there's no wind. There's no issue. It's just... But what's happening underneath the surface? Now we're going to get into this. So when everything is perfectly aligned, all the 5 is because of a mastery of building each of these frequencies. You have to build them. So this is one of those things in ENYELAH system, every character and every person in your life, you've built exactly how they have to act and how they have to be. And I'm getting, okay, this is coming into This is so important for you to understand. One of your characters in your life has to be this, because you are like this umbrella that carries and needs to be held together in that certain terms. So if you have 5 people, nobody can actually do that. If you have everybody trying to fulfill the role, so you need one person that fulfills this role. And then once you get that, and you get one person filling that role, then you build this frequency, the thing that you want. What do you want that person to be for you, right? That person is the one, and I'm getting that you have got the wrong person banging your chimes. Like, you've got the wrong person doing the mastery. It's like you picked this person and you were meant to pick this person to be this. That's what I'm getting. The person that you picked was meant to just be someone in your circle. Was just meant to be there. Maybe it was meant to be a client, or just meant to be, a past lover, or I don't know, somebody on the outside that wasn't responsible for sheltering you or for caring for you in a deep and powerful manner. So you have to master who is the one chiming your chimes. And so silence is important for you to understand the actual vibrations of each of these seats that you've created in your life, each of these flames that you have in alignment. You have alignment with all of these people, but emotionally, because you haven't actually put someone in that spot, there's all of this trying to come over, and it's just a big emotional mess underneath, which is why your financials haven't been in perfect alignment. Because you have to find one person to have the crown, one person to be the top, and the other is the bottom. You have to have the perfect alignment. The root nanny. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So she's the one that goes in and tends to all the different roots deep down, highly intuitive, works with the moon, works with emotion, works with air. She's totally tapped in to worlds that you don't even know probably exist. It's very much something that I've grown through this specific. She's very, very mentally capable, but yet she's definitely in the dark. She has a lot of masculine energy, I'm getting, as well, because she has to go through things and she has to understand how to maintain them and fix them. She can't just come in and be soft about it. She has to come in and fix the root, because she knows exactly what root needs to be where at what time. So she's very, very in tune, and you see how much she's rooted in her flowers, she's rooted in her currency, she's rooted in all of her worth. You have to understand who is the root nanny, because the root nanny I'm getting is very much this person. She's more masculine by her nature, but she understands and knows the dark very, very well. But she has root nanny is actually this person I'm getting. The root nanny is actually more masculine by nature, rooted in the light world, where someone who is more of a super shining star, they're rooted very deeply in the dark, but they have to show up in the light. So the person that is rooted in the light and has to show up in the dark, they show up very differently. I understand both of those sides of myself for sure. Now this is the 100 of currency. So the 100 of currency is really showing up here as the roots of the currency are in the depths. They're really in the depths, and they show up in the light. That's how you get all of these roots. And you have to have someone who is like the opposite. So like I said, she was the root nanny is actually more of this person in order to get this person. You have to learn the skills of the root nanny in order to truly have what's going on here. And this comes back to how many people you're emotionally attached to. There's this confunkling, and it comes back down again to you being tempted by love, but that's not the case. Love is very structured when it's done correctly, but you have this old school mentality of the fact that once you get into love, you're done for. So that has to change. And I'm getting that's a very masculine, like, I'm the knight in shining armor, right? I'm this knight in shining armor, and that's where this thing is this temptation of like, oh, I'm the knight in shining armor, I'm going to use love, and I'm going to save you, and I'm going to be there for you. That's what has to die. That's what has to die, because you've been doing that for so many people. You using your love energy for so many people, your creation energy. I'm actually getting your creation energy. You're mistaking your creation energy for love energy. And so your creation energy needs to be within inside of yourself so that you understand all of these parts in order for this wealth to come forward. You have to understand who's rooted in the light and works in the dark, and who's rooted in the dark and works in the light. These different aspects of yourself. They're all just aspects of yourself. You have to see that these are things that when you're creating these characters in your life, you create them within inside of yourself and how they're meant to work. And when you truly do that, then they can show up in the light. And this is a mastery card. This is not just, okay, we're working with the elements. This is, I've worked with all of the elements and I put 5 mils of this in and 2 mils of that in. See, 5 and 2 and 3 of this and 1 of, understand me. You really have to take time for yourself and understand that, you know, what you've understood love to be isn't really what it is in its nature and its abilities. It was utilized wrong because you believed in this knight in shining armor kind of business. That's what I'm getting. And it's wrong the way that it was used, the way that most people use it. So you have to use this, you know, savior energy and destroy it, because that's the temptation. You have to destroy that energy, because once you get from that knight in shining armor energy, that's when you become blinded. That's when you become totally someone else's projections. And then this is the king of water. So then again, this is upside down again. So this is the roots once again. So this is you moving from this sense that something else outside of yourself is in masculine is going to be there for you, but you have to realize that you have to move past that and get to the roots of how your own energy, your own water, your own emotions are truly affecting your currency. Your emotions deep down inside are meant to be stable when it comes to relationships. I'm getting this bubbling. You see all this? Instead of eyes, I'm really getting this bubbling. But they're also eyes. I'm getting like you're misconstruing regular communication for someone staring at you and looking at you and going in on you, when it's not the case. It's just regular life. And there needs to be this essence of you looking at these roots of what you believe male energy in your life. How has male energy come in and been a supportive structure to you? And if it wasn't a supportive structure to you, then how do you make it a supportive structure? Because there is no male out there that is going to be that knight in shining armor. That's what needs to die. Whether you're a man and you believed your father is supposed to do that for you, or whether you're a woman and you believe that a man is supposed to come in your life and add this element of stability, it's not going to happen until you truly get to the bottom of the fact that a king of emotions, emotional intelligence, of his Wata, the roots of who he is has to be structured. He has to understand how to process his emotions, how to allow his thoughts come through his emotions. It's not people's eyes on you all the time. Maybe it's their opinions and you allow it to come through your emotions and you mold it how you want to mold it. This is really affecting how you show up in the multiverse. This is showing up on a very deep energetic level. This is the level that you put a seed into ENYELAH. And it's upside down. So I'm getting that you're not seeing how deep ENYELAH is and what she truly gives to you on a structural level. These are building frequencies. And these building frequencies are what she holds with inside of her to build you on these deep levels, And I'm getting that you're this masculine and you understand a lot of stuff. Like, you really do get you have the root nanny in you. You have the empathy, you have the cultural understandings, you have so much stuff. But what I'm getting is, because you work there doesn't mean you're rooted there, and because you're not rooted in there means that you don't understand these finite places. This is what ENYELAH provides. She's created these structures because she has done both this side and this side. She's whole and complete. It's something she'll teach you over time. Right? Now, if you were to come to me, Bronin Taylor, in my business of transformation, then obviously I will be teaching you those things firsthand. But if you're doing it on yourself, commitment will start to show you where all of these things and all of this stuff is. But you have to have that full commitment and connection with her in the depths in order for you to be able to get these deep, deep, deep places in order for you to actually understand what a queen of flowers is, a queen of money, what she actually looks like. And I'm getting, I've kept feeling like I need to pull this out. You're looking at things. This is the princess. This is a very someone who's learning a lot of things and is very potent in what they can push out. That's the princess of flowers. I'm getting that you're looking at the roots of a princess of flowers and thinking that they're the roots of a queen of flowers, which is still nothing compared to ENYELAH. And so this is where, when you come here and you have this commitment, you have to understand and know there's different ways to think about things. If you're highly masculine in the light, then you have that ability to stand firm like that. But when you're truly like this, if you don't have the smoke behind you, nobody can see you. You'll be just like a little... It'll look like just like a little hair. You won't be able to see anything. And I think that's how I have noticed a lot of people have seen me as just this white thing on this white background. They don't understand who I really am because they haven't blown the smoke, so to say, oh wow, that's her shape. Oh wow, that's who she is. Oh my gosh. No, I'm getting that you haven't blown the smoke in my direction. So you don't know what I am about specifically. So the same thing could be for you. So there's parts of you within inside of yourself that you haven't done that to you. Otherwise, you would have recognized me a long time ago. So you have to understand, you have to allow yourself to be rooted in the dark. So when you're rooted in the dark and you look at the world from the roots, is very different than when you are in your physical self, physical reality, looking down at the roots. Very different sides of things. Oh, so exciting. That is going to put you in perfect alignment. Perfect alignment. So thank you very much for being here. Once again, the only way to reach me is ENYELAH.com, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you can continue to get all of the great things delivered to your inbox if you choose to put the bell on. As well, you are required, if you truly want these things to resonate for you, to commit. The only way to commit is ENYELAH.com. Go into the multiverse in the Kana and create an account. Once you create an account, then you are a part of ENYELAH, because there is a commitment there that goes beyond time. And it allows you to truly be rooted in ENYELAH, giving you the ability to shine your greatest, most potent self. So, as it's time to align, all the best in putting this out. Obviously, this came out because you're on the brink of actually making that, or you have just made that commitment, because I only read for those that are in ENYELAH. I'm very strict about that. So thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to noticing your energy within the vast expanse of the multiverse.